Coach Dennis Reinhart. Coach Reinhart began in Montrose in 1979 and coached 2 years, took some time off, went to New Lothrop in 85 and Breckenridge in 86, and then returned to Montrose, where he has been for the past 33 years. We will talk about Montrose, 20 conference championships. He has been part of 23, 31, and 75 consecutive conference wins, 12 undefeated regular seasons with a consecutive regular season win streak of 80 games, the second longest regular season win streak in Michigan history. 1 undefeated season, 25 years state playoff qualifier, winning 7 district and 8 regional championships. Class CC state champions in 98 with a 12-1 record, and Division V state champions in 2002 with a 14-0 record. He has coached 51 first-team All-State players. He is a 3-time Montrose Sports and Community Hall of Fame inductee, twice for the state championship teams, and once as an individual 3-sport athlete and coach. He was awarded the Detroit Lions Coach of the Week in 2000. He has coached 5 academic All-State teams, was the recipient of the Frazier Award in 2003, was an East-West All-Star and All-Star Game West Coach in 2016, and a 7-time Regional Coach of the Year. He is a 2-time Michigan High School Football Coaches Association Coach of the Year, Class CC in 1998 and Division V in 2002. Coach Reinhart will begin his 26th year as head coach this fall at Montrose. Coach Reinhart's most humorous incident in coaching. The day before my very first game as head coach, the maintenance crew scalped the grass and it was brown. I decided to turn on the sprinklers to green it up. When we lined up for the kickoff, the sprinklers went off. One sprinkler head popped up right between the official's legs. He got soaked. I got a good chuckle out of it because he was an official I didn't get along with very well at all. Coach Reinhart's 3 biggest thrills in coaching. First ever semifinal win after 3 previous losses. Finally, we were going to the state championship game. Winning 2 state championships and having my 3 sons grow up on the football field from ball boys to players to coaching on the sidelines with me. Comments on why coach. After getting my business degree, I was contacted by a coach and he wondered if I would be interested in coaching that fall. Little did I know that would inspire me to go back and get my teaching certificate and lead me to where I am today, a mentor, a role model, a disciplinarian, and a father figure. Ladies and gentlemen, the newest member of the Hall of Fame, Coach Dennis Reinhart.
I'd like to thank Jack for the introduction and for everything he did for us to get us ready for tonight. All the emails about getting this done, this filled out by this date, this turned in, your second notice, your third notice, and I think I was probably the main guy that, I got several, this is your final notice. And again, he also said, make sure you practice your speech. And Jack, I actually did that, and I promise you, I'm going to stay under 5 minutes.
Okay.
I want to thank the Executive Committee and Association for giving me this amazing and humbling honor of being inducted into the Hall of Fame. I would also like to congratulate my fellow inductees. Excuse me, fellow inductees. What an amazing group of coaches up here. I honestly wonder if I even stack up to these great coaches and to those who have been inducted previously. I'd like to take a moment to thank my lovely wife, Carla. You can stand up back there, dear. Being a coach's wife isn't easy. As you know, football isn't just a fall sport. Carla's my biggest supporter and the one who reminds me of what is most important in life. Football has been a part of my life for over 50 plus years, but ultimately there's nothing more important in life than family. Just want to take a second to truly thank you for everything you do, for standing by me and supporting my passion of coaching. I love you, babe. To my stepkids, Kayla, Chance, Amber, and her husband, Jimmy, you were always supporting me from behind the scenes. To my boys, Eli, Caleb, and Bubba, or his real name's Ian, but we always call him Bubba. 2 of them are here. You guys can stand up, please. You guys, again, as you mentioned, they grew up on the football field. They started out playing on the stack dummies as we'd be at practice, and they were the ball boys. They became all-state football players. They became college athletes, and then they became sharing the sideline with me and coaching with me. I am so proud of what you have become. A big thank you goes out to my brothers and sisters, and some of them are here tonight. I did have 6 of them, and close family, friends who have supported me all along the way. I want to thank my high school football coach, Bob Hayes, who is also a member of the Hall of Fame. He's the one who really turned me on to the game of football. I remember telling Bob one day after practice not to retire. I wanted to come back someday and be the next head coach at Montrose. That didn't quite work out, but that leads to the next person I want to thank. That would be my good friend, the next head coach would be my good friend and college teammate, Tony Anise, who is also a Hall of Fame member, or inductee. He became the next head coach, and I was his offensive line coach, defensive coordinator, and strength coach. And we had a good thing going. We really had it rolling, and great success was happening. Then Tony decided to take the Ann Arbor Pioneer job, and then I took over. Tony was always a phone call away and helped me unbelievable. Anything I needed, he was there, even though he had his own team to worry about. And we're still very close to today. In fact, he still runs what's called a Victor's Veer Camp at Montrose at end of July every year, and over 700 kids still attend to this day. And again, any of you coaches, if you want to attend our camp, we would love to have you. It's the end of July, and we have over 700 kids. It's a great opportunity. I feel football is the greatest team sport ever invented, and I've been blessed with some great team members over the years. I have been blessed with so many great kids. From our small community, I've had over 500 different kids play in our program since I became the head coach. They are the reason I'm up here tonight. I've been blessed with some great and loyal assistant coaches, several who have gone on to become head coaches themselves, and others who could have been, but enjoyed staying in the shadow and giving back to the program. And many of those have been former players. And actually, I do have several of them here tonight. I didn't realize this many were coming. Would you guys please all stand up for a moment here? I have Craig, assistant coaches, stand up. I have Craig Dustramp, Monty Stiles, Corey Gildersleeve, John Dean, Jamie Kitts, Jimmy DeWalt, obviously my sons Bubba and Eli, and actually Pat Maloney sitting over there too. Pat was with me for 1 season, and actually it happened to be the state championship year. I get the accolades for going into the Hall of Fame, but I never could have done it without all of you. I feel it really should be a staff Hall of Fame. I want to thank the Montrose administration, obviously, for having me take over from the very beginning, and to the present day administration. But there's one administrator I do want to thank a lot, is Dr. Lyndon Moore. He's somebody who I used to play a lot of slow pitch softball in the summer, and I'd give him all my trophies that we'd win in tournaments. And he was yay high. Then eventually he became a football player for me in the varsity. He went on to become a Division II All-American when he got to be up here. And then he got his teaching certificate, and he came back to Montrose and was a teacher with me, and he coached my JV football team. Then he became a varsity coach with me. Then he became my athletic director. Then he became my assistant principal. Then he became my principal. And now he's my superintendent. Man, that's making me feel quite old. I want to give a special thank you out to my parents, Don and Phyllis Reinhart. They were the Rams' #1 fan over the years. They would drive by every practice and sit and watch us, and all the kids would say, "Who are those old people watching?" My assistant coach, Coach D, as we call him, Coach Dustramp, would always say to him, "That's Mr. and Mrs. Jerry Jones. Mr. Reinhardt is the head coach, but those two are the real boss." My dad would always be on the 50-yard line after each game to greet me. When my mother could no longer attend the games, he would constantly call her with updates of the games. I lost my mom this past season, and my dad a couple seasons ago. My dad's final words to me were, "Have you gotten that team straightened out yet?" Still trying, Dad. I know they'd be so proud of me if they could be here tonight. I just want them to know I'm so proud to be their son. In closing, again, I'd like to thank the Hall of Fame Committee for this humbling honor and thank everyone that I have already mentioned. I feel blessed to do what I do to make a difference in kids' lives. Thank you very much.